what's up everyone, GameDad here, and in today's video, I have been sent something from Kiwihome. Now, if you haven't heard of Kiwihome, they are kind of an accessories company. They make all kinds of different things for different platforms, and today what they have sent me is their new PS5 stand game holder charging cradle device. So, we're going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to check out this thing, because I have heard from several people that Kiwihome does make affordable devices. Now, I will say, all thoughts, opinions are my own in this video. They sent me this for a purpose of review. They don't get to check it out or anything beforehand, but we're going to go ahead and get this open and see what this is all about. Gives you some very simple instructions for mounting your PS5 to this. Let's see, we take this out, and oh, they include a screw in there to mount it on, so that's nice. And then there is the device itself. So let's go ahead and get this out of its box prison. Now, first impressions feeling this, it feels like a third-party accessory. If you have ever held a third-party accessory, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it feels sturdy enough. It doesn't feel like the highest end thing that I've ever, laid my hands on, but overall, it feels nice. It feels solid. It just feels like an accessory. Now, on the sides here, there are little doors that you can open. So let's see, what is in these? We open this side, oh, and there are the controller docks. And then if we open the other side, we have game storage. So the thing does take up quite a large footprint on whatever you are setting this on, but that's kind of nice. You get some game storage in there, and you get controller docks for charging your controllers. Now, all of this is powered through this little USB cable right here. It is a standard USB, plugs right into the back of your PS5, and what it also does is, underneath right here, it has two fan areas. So this is a cooling fan kind of dock thing, but then it's also supposed to have some RGB, and then it's also got some little USB ports on the front. Now, this will work with the PS5 physical or digital edition. It is initially set up for digital. It's got this little extra piece here, and what you need to do is pop that piece out, and then your PS5 physical will fit in there. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's see, it's got a little handle. Let's try and pull this out really quick. Oh, that is in there. Okay, hang on. Okay, that piece is in there extremely tight. I don't know if there's an easier way to get that thing to unlatch, but that was unpleasant. Okay, now we have our shape to be able to stick a PS5 in it. I'm not going to actually screw the thing down because in my own personal setup, this will take up way too much real estate, and I actually play with my PS5 horizontal. And if you have seen any of the recent news coming out, that's probably a better thing to do, because the liquid metal has apparently been like sliding or something like that. I don't know all the details on that. That's just some of the stuff that I've read. But I keep my PS5 horizontal anyways. So we take this, and we take our dock right here, and we set this down on the dock. Now, like I said, it comes with a screw, so it will screw in right here, and that'll help keep this thing in place. But that fits very nice. It's got really nice molding on there. It's not something that is going to consistently rub against the plates and scratch them up or anything like that, but it is in there well enough. And then you have your USB right here. Man, if I had a superpower, it would be being able to put the USB cable in the first time, every time. So there, you do that, and now it will get its power from you plugging this in. So I'm going to go ahead and just plug this into power. That way you all can see what this looks like when it gets turned on. Alright, I have my power plugged in. We're going to go ahead and hit that button. It turns on. And let's see. I hear the PS5 turning on. Ooh, those fans are kind of loud. Oh, and there's the RGB in there. It is kind of hard to see. There we go. So you can see the RGB in there. It's kind of yellowy right now. And it looks like it just pulses and slowly changes color. So it kind of goes through a rainbow effect. Let's see here. What do the different buttons do? We have our fan button right here. And it looks like it has like 3 settings. It has a high, a mid, and a low. Even on the low, it's still kind of noisy for my liking. I mean, I can feel it definitely pulling air up through the bottom right here. So at least you're getting cooling. That's nice. But on the highest setting, I don't know if you can hear this right now. But the highest setting, it is quite loud. And let's see, if we hit the RGB button, okay. So right there, so it's not actually pulsing through the colors. It's just you choose the color that you want by pushing the button. Okay, and then you got your USB ports. Now, something I'm very interested in checking out is the controller ports. Now, anyone can do game storage, things like that, but controllers require power. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that out, and I just so happen to have a DualSense controller right here. And how do these go in? Let's see here. Do they go this way? Looks like they go this way. And that is very wobbly. I don't really care for that. Oh, there we go though. So apparently you cannot see this on camera. Right here though, there is a little indicator once you plug it all the way in that the controller is plugged in. So it's in there, but I mean, look at this. It's very wobbly in there. That does not feel secure. Sure, I mean, it's charging the controller, but that does not feel secure at all. Let's see. What does it do when you plug another controller in? There isn't really a guide to get this plugged in either. It just kind of fiddle around until it goes. Alright, so both of the indicator lights are on. So, like I said, you can't see them. They're a very faint red kind of shining through right here, letting me know that they're charging. The controllers did their little light up to let me know that they're charging. What about taking them off? Yeah, that's kind of sticky. I don't know how that will hold up over time. But it's charging the controllers, so that's nice. And then on the side right here, you have game storage. And this will hold, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll hold up to 10 games in the game storage right there. So that's nice. I mean, if you have the space for this thing to be sitting on, you know, a table, entertainment center or something by your TV, if you have the space, it'll give you some game storage as well. And I mean, that's always nice. Like I said, me personally, I don't play vertically like this, and I don't have the room to play vertically like this. So, I mean, it's cool that it's there and it's available. It's definitely providing fan control. I'd be interested to see if they're able to come up with some sort of horizontal cooling stand. I don't know how that would work. But this, I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It can charge the controllers. I don't know how fast it'll charge them, because this is just running off of a USB 2.0. It's not running off of 3.0. So, I mean, it'll do a charge, probably an overnight kind of thing, and it'll hold some games. Outside of that, the fans work, the RGB works, and it is exactly what you would expect from a third-party accessory. Now, in the interest of full transparency, I will say that when I first opened this to check it out and kind of explore the device and see if it was even something that I wanted to make a video on, I had a lot of issues with the controller ports. I mean, you really have to, like, smush these down onto the controller ports in order to get it to actually start charging. And like I said, they are very wobbly. And once you get to the point where you would think, okay, yeah, it's on. So like I'm lining it up right now. I would think, all right, cool. It's on and just wobbly. No, you have to go in there and like smush it down in order to get it to actually be making contact far enough that it will actually charge. Now, does it do what it's supposed to do? Yes. But I don't like how it's doing it. This area right here, it's kind of concave and everything. That way it'll match roughly the shape of the controller. I would very much like to see an improvement on this personally, that makes it more molded to a DualSense controller. That way, instead of you kind of having to guess like, okay, is it in the right spot? And then you end up scratching up your controller and everything. I would rather they mold this differently so that it's very simple. You just do this and it just slides right in. You have no issues. You don't have to force it down, anything like that. I don't know how tooling and manufacturing works, but I can't imagine that it would be too much of a big deal to go in and actually remold this ever so slightly and make it so that the DualSense controller fits just that much nicer in there. Right now, it's very wobbly. It doesn't feel secure. You know, if you got little kids or you got a cat or a big dog or something, depending on where you have this, I feel like if they run into it, they could knock into the controller and either knock the controller off, or they could break the little Type-C connector that's right here that is charging it, and you know, that could in turn potentially damage your controller. So I think something to keep them more secure is definitely in line, and I would like to see them do that in the future. This works, but it could work a lot better. So, would I recommend the Kiwihome RGB Cooling Station for the PS5? It depends. If you need something, like if you're in a room and it runs hot or something like that in the room and you need that extra cooling, this would be a very good solution for that. I mean, it will provide the cooling, or that little bit of extra cooling and airflow that you would want to help keep your PS5 cool. If you want something that also has some controller charging and a little bit of game organization, then yeah, for sure. Now, if you're looking for the end-all, be-all, that this is the accessory that you have to have for a PS5, I would not say that. But I wouldn't say that about any third-party accessory. This, it does what it sets out to do, and it appears to do it well. I mean, I didn't go all scientific and take measurements of airflow or, you know, actual charge rates or anything like that. I see that I'm able to plug it in, turn it on, it can charge controllers, the fans work creating airflow. And if that's something that you're interested in, then you should definitely pick one up. And I will have a link down in the description below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just a link to where you can buy this from Kiwihome. Now, if you like this video and you want to check out a similar one, then go ahead and check out this video right here where I took a look at the PlayStation Backbone controller. And as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.